Brittney Griner, who was imprisoned in Russia, in a man's prison, which I had no idea about.
Brittney Griner is under fire for extremely aggressive behavior portrayed toward Caitlin Clark, the rookie from last year, the one that has everybody's focus in the WNBA. And this incident has, of course, gone viral online, but also sparked up some other skeletons in Brittney's closet that...
Recently, Brittney Griner went into complete terror following startling medical findings about her assault on Caitlin Clark was made public. The WNBA and other organizations are outraged by the doctor's charges. Everything we believe to be true about this discussion is altered by what they found. The league is afraid. Griner doesn't say anything. The truth is finally emerging.
Now, Brittney Griner literally represents the woke trifecta in sports. She is black, she is gay, and she is a...
Which is more shocking? The WNBA's utter indifference to these medical conclusions, or what the doctors disclosed regarding Griner. For reasons entirely beyond her control, Brittney Griner is in full panic mode when the WNBA world was fully upended. Racist outburst directed against Caitlin Clark. Startling revelations have come from medical specialists. Griner's critique of trash. White girls are portrayed as lighthearted jokes, rather than merely showing suspicion. Griner and the league executives. It is now evident that inaction is incriminating.
So I think it is important, if the inverse had been said by a white person, just imagine the outrage that would be taking place right now. There is just so much hypocrisy in every institution, but particularly the WNBA, who are very fond of virtue signaling. But even when it comes to Brittney's exchange for like the Merchant of Death, which is insane, by the way. But had that been just like a straight white girl, my guess is that straight white girl would probably...
Let's begin by discussing the actual events of that now famous game. Griner gave Clark an elbow in what may only be referred to as an intentional assault. Griner was captured on camera disparaging the white girl in public. Left the courtroom. The video was really clear. The lip reading was confirmed by other experts, and the racist motive was evident. But at this point, the story takes an unexpected turn. The medical professionals who listened to the recording did more than merely focus on Griner's remarks. They started examining her habits and physical attributes. Their results have generated controversy in the field of sports medicine and brought up issues that the WNBA is obviously reluctant to discuss. These are irrational conjectures or conspiracy theories. These are skilled medical professionals emphasizing differences that require additional research. For ongoing WNBA news, exclusive updates, and standout moments, click subscribe.
But apparently, Brittney Griner is, in fact, a man. And one of the videos that give us cause to say that is this video. It is from her Instagram stories from years and years ago. It says on here 109 weeks ago, and I believe this was screenshotted and posted a year ago. So quite a while. Let's go ahead and watch this, and we'll talk about what we think of it.
Flag you, Brittney. Let me see something real quick. Brick, thank you. Get the hell out of here, yo. Jab stepping, just a brick. Swing in a minute.
Griner's muscle growth characteristics and bone composition initially attracted medical notice. Her physical shape was evaluated by sports medicine specialists that focus on gender-related athletic performance. Furthermore, their results are inconsistent with how female athletes typically develop. Her simple skeletal structure, jaw structure, and shoulder width are traits that are quite uncommon in biological females, even top athletes. However, the medical analysis didn't end there. Healthcare providers began analyzing Griner's biomechanics, vocal patterns, and even past ailments. The emerging medical consensus. Griner and the WNBA found a combination of characteristics that are utterly catastrophic that a number of impartial medical experts are aggressively challenging Griner's biological validation for participation in female athletics.
is to say that this person is not a female. Firstly, because this was actually posted to Brittney's personal Instagram. And when it comes to Instagram, they use a combination of like AI detection and plus manual surveyors, but specifically the AI detection to make sure that no explicit content ends up on the platform. So clearly whatever AI detection system was used when Brittney posted this and it stayed up for 106 weeks was not like, oh, this is a bare female chest, we have to take this down. It obviously assumed that Brittney was male and therefore being topless on the platform was totally.
Right now, Griner is concerned about more than just the fallout from her racist remarks. IT has to do with the potential that these developments in medicine will reveal something far more significant. The physician's conclusions indicate that there may be underlying issues with her involvement in women's sports that have never been adequately investigated or dealt with. From a medical perspective, here is where things start to get really fascinating. Examining Griner's topless Instagram image revealed traits that some medical professionals thought were incompatible. Exposed female anatomy, the overall growth of the torso, the definition of the muscles, and the structure of the chest revealed characteristics that, in contrast to female athletes, these medical professionals usually connect with male physiology, who have had surgery of any kind.
WNBA's Brittney Griner is, in fact, a man. And where a lot of this actually surfaced from, and I mean, you guys could probably say like, yo, isn't it obvious? Like her voice, you know, there's a lot of things that you can kind of look towards. However, this video actually resurfaced. It's an Instagram story from, I believe it says 109 weeks ago. I can't see from here, but over 2 years ago, that this video was recorded and it was recently leaked on Twitter. So Kelly, if we can go ahead and play this video, please, and then we'll have a discussion.
The Instagram AI identification algorithm's inability to identify the content as female nudity is more than a technical error. IT is proof that automated algorithms created to identify biological Griner's traits did not make her a woman, due to the fact that these AI systems have been trained on thousands of. They are very good at recognizing biological sex traits in pictures. The system's departure. The material to stay up implies that it recognized male anatomy. Medical professionals are referring to Griner's healing durations and injury trends as additional proof of their worries. Sports medicine claims that her capacity to retain muscular mass, recover from physical exertion, and absorb trauma shows characteristics of male athletes as opposed to female athletes. The benefits resulting from variations in muscle fiber composition, bone density, and general physical resilience cannot be surpassed by any amount of. The psychological analysis of training is equally harmful. Professionals in mental health have observed behavioral patterns in the video of Griner attacking Clark that indicate deep animosity and hatred that goes beyond typical level of competition. The deliberate nature of the racist verbal and physical attacks increases the risk of psychological problems resulting from identity uncertainty or internal struggle. However, Griner's anxiousness stems from this. In order to definitively answer issues, the medical community is increasingly advocating for comprehensive biological testing regarding her ability to participate in women's sports, evaluations of bone density, hormone levels, chromosome analysis, and studies on muscle composition are some of the examinations that might offer indisputable proof of her biological condition. IT is utterly appalling that the WNBA has remained silent about these medical developments. They've had several chances to address the doctor's worries, request independent tests, or offer any details regarding Griner's qualifications. Rather, they continue to act as though none of this is happening. To shield Griner from any serious repercussions, concerns are also been voiced by medical experts over the league's procedures for testing and verification. How is it possible for someone with Griner's physical attributes to compete in women's events without drawing any suspicious attention? What medical records were submitted, and who is in charge of confirming them? Their sincerity. These issues have a fundamental impact on women's sports competitive integrity. The possible legal ramifications of these medical disclosures are another issue that worries Griner. If it turns out that she has been taking part under false pretenses, years of accomplishments, titles, and records may be canceled. Just the financial repercussions could be disastrous because of the possibility of legal action from other competitors who were defeated by someone who shouldn't have been allowed to participate. Experts in sports medicine are highlighting the fact that Griner's physical advantages go beyond little variations. Unfair competition arises from these basic biological benefits. Her advantages are her height, reach, bone density, and physical strength that neither natural development nor training can equal for female athletes. These benefits grow significantly greater issue when they are employed to physically threaten and attack smaller female competitors such as Clark. The medical evaluation of Gurrier's hostile behavior toward Clark takes on additional significance when examined in this way if Gurrier has concealed biological advantages in order to compete with. If she is a biological female, then her physical attack on Clark is much more heinous. It's not only about acting in an unsportsmanlike way. IT might be a biological man intimidating others with his superior strength and injure a female competitor. Professionals in mental health are also talking about the psychological effects of this occurrence on the league's other female athletes. When one of the best players in the league is racially insulted and physically assaulted by someone whose eligibility is in doubt, it implies that female athletes are unsafe in their own sport. Women's basketball culture as a whole, not just particular athletes, is affected by the psychological harm, issues that were previously rejected as conspiracy ideas, but the medical community's participation in this dispute. IT is challenging for trained medical doctors to voice concerns regarding competitive eligibility. The league to avoid or disregard investigation, not quiet, is required by the scientific evidence. Additionally, medical professionals are pointing out the wider ramifications for women's sports in the event that these worries are confirmed, the potential precedent. In similar circumstances, overall, women's sports could be established by allowing someone with dubious biological standing to compete and prevail. The integrity of female competitiveness is contingent upon well-defined biological boundaries that are appropriately honored. The possible legal ramifications are another thing that worries her. Of Griner's attack on Clark, if a medical examination reveals that she utilized biological masculine opportunity to physically assault a female opponent, the situation can turn from a routine assault to something far more lethal. When there are serious physical attacks, the legal system views violence extremely differently. Disparities between the parties. Experts in sports medicine are advocating for the prompt deployment of thorough testing procedures that would confirm each WNBA player's biological condition. It is obvious that the existing self-identification and minimal documentation approach are insufficient to maintain competitive integrity, recognizing that they are facing other female biological competitors instead than individuals is essential for female athletes. Griner's medical disclosures also provided more insight into her earlier remarks regarding fan reactions and crowd noise, her grievances over the heightened focus and examination